you are one of the hopes of Cyprus to bring a medal back from Paris.
Yes, that's the goal, and it's like,
and I will be there at the airport welcoming you with open arms.
Yes, and it's been a goal for me as well. Like because I had a choice either to go full study in university or try to achieve this goal, and it's like it happens so rare in time. Like I just had an opportunity financially and time wise, and my age was good. Okay, I can try to jump on this train and get it, and then obviously get it for Cyprus as well. It's like the ultimate goal would be the first gold medal. It's not only for you but also for the country, and it just like it seems unachievable, but like if it happens, I think it will make everyone happy. Everyone.
Well, definitely. We have this series of episodes regarding the Olympic Games in Paris, and my guest today is Denis Taradin.
Hello.
Hello. A new sport in the Olympics.
Yes, first time.
Kite surfing. Actually, it was supposed to be in the Olympics back in Brazil, and we always have the politics and windsurfing. They changed. The decision was made. It was supposed to be back for the first time in 2016, but then they changed the decision, and we had windsurfing.
Yes, correct.
And now this is the first time in the Olympics.
Yes, and I think it's natural process. Like when they announced that it's going to be in Olympics 2016. I knew up to 90%, I was already training at the time, that it's not going to happen. And because every sport has to follow the same road, and at that time, kite surfing was not ready. The fleet was not ready. It was too amateur, and we need more time to develop.
Yeah, but it looks like, first of all, I would like to welcome you to HPO Sports. Denis, I understand what you're saying. It's just that it looks like the Olympic Committee, they want to introduce new, more exciting events like skateboarding, we had in Tokyo.
Yes.
And now with kite surfing, maybe to attract younger audience as well, because apart from the people that are in the location of the Olympics, mostly is now is television, and most of the people, they're just following the Olympic Games in front of a TV screen.
Yeah.
So let's start on a personal level. When did you start kite surfing? And when did you come to Cyprus?
Okay, so I started kite surfing quite a long time ago. Before the kite surfing, I was always an athlete. I was first swimming, then I was doing pentathlon. And I believe it was in 2009, in July, I tried the kite surfing for the first time because my dad was already kiting, and he's like, Dennis, you have to try it. So we went to the summer vacation, and I tried it for the first time, and I loved it. And for the first couple of years, I did freestyle. And like I always had an approach, okay, if I want to do something, I want to be professional, I want to win. I've done it for about 4 years. And then I understood, okay, there's no way I can become a world champion because for the freestyle, first of all, it's like gymnastics. You have to be very, very athletic. You have to have a specific feeling of how to do tricks, and you have to travel all over the world. And then I still had to go to school because education was a very important part in our family. And there's no way you can compete with the guys from Brazil or from Spain who lives on the sea. And even though they live in Spain, for example, they have to travel. They spend in Spain in spring, summer they travel for the competition. Fall they go to Brazil, then they go winter to Cape Town. So like they travel to places because you need really strong wind. And then in 2013, when the fuss about Olympics started to go up, and I was like, wow, it's a chance. I always wanted to be in Olympics since I was doing swimming and pentathlon. I was like, it's my chance, and I switched to racing completely. I got my first race board as a present for the birthday, November 25th in 2013, and then since then I was just getting ready for the Olympics. So it's been quite a long road. In Cyprus, I think first time I came here was 2019, and it just feels for me like the best place. I've been living in a lot of European countries as well as United States due to school, or we do different competitions. And coming to Cyprus, I think one of the best things that ever happened to me is just as soon as I came here, I felt like at home. I love the food, I love the people, I love the country. I met my wife here, and it's just like, wow, it's like the best.
Your parents came here, or you came here?
Well, my parents came first, and then they acquired the citizenship, and then I, as a son, acquired as well.
Right. Okay. So you are a Cypriot citizen since when?
2019.
2019.
Or 2018. I don't remember exactly.
Okay. It's an exciting sport.
Yes.
Of course, it's relatively new. From what I've read, it started out back in the 70s. It was more organized in the 80s. And then it took the different shapes and forms.
Yes.
You mentioned freestyle.
Yes.
And then I've read quite a few different styles, and
yes.
the sea kite, and this type and the other type. In the Olympics, what exactly are we going to see? We're going to see a course, a certain course with how many buoys, and can you explain to us exactly?
Sure. So kite surfing I think it's the most amazing water sport you can have. You have a variety of discipline, from wave riding to big jumps when you jump 20, 30 meters in the sky and you fly for 15, 20 seconds, or you do freestyle, or you do racing. And the racing discipline is the same as sailing. We race on the water, we have a course, we have a hydrofoil board. So all different styles, you have a different board, same as you have for the ski or for snowboard, you have different skis for slalom or for the freestyle. So here we have a hydrofoil, we have a board, and we have a hydrofoil that connects to the board, and the hydrofoil lifts the board up. So you actually, when you race, you don't touch the water, you fly above the water.
Okay, it's like the IQ4 in the new category.
It's the same IQ4. Okay. When they saw the speeds we have on the kite, and the kite is by far the fastest Olympic sailing class there, and I believe even in the world, the only boats a bit faster than us is the American's Cup, just because the bigger they can reach higher speeds. But besides them, we're the fastest one, and they saw the potential, and they changing it now. They're also changing the NACRA as well for the hydrofoil, and I believe a lot of new classes are going to be adopting the hydrofoils because the speed is way faster, the dynamic is way better, and it's just better for the TV and everything. And we have the same style of racing. We have in Olympic Games, we're going to have 20 athletes from 20 countries, 20 best athletes. We're going to have the start line. We're going to have the top mark.
So the quota for the Olympics is only 20 athletes?
Yes, for the kite surfing is only 20 athletes. Okay. And that's it's done because this is usual normal fleet for us. 20 men, 20 women? Yes, yes, 20 men, 20 women. We race separately. We have 2 medals.
Of course, yes.
Yes, and we have a shorter course. If you've talked to Pavlos, they have around between 40 and a 1 hour race.
Yes.
For us, Olympic race is about 8 to 10 minutes, and we do between 4 and 6 races a day. And we race, usually the normal fleet is 20. So we start at the start, we go to the top mark, we round the top mark, we go bottom, we round the bottom mark, and then we do like this 2 laps. And then we finish.
All right, it's like what do we call in, I don't know in English, but in Greek we call it like a sausage type of
like an 8 basically.
All right,
like an 8.
All right, like an 8.
Yes.
All right, and as an outsider and somebody who doesn't really know much about the sport, I have seen and have a couple of friends that are into the sport.
Yes.
It's very exciting, definitely. And just to explain that you don't need the waves, you need the wind, basically.
Yes, it's you just need
the waves. Is like more like if it's a freestyle, then it's more exciting to the eye.
Why the waves is like what you need is a water, so sea or ocean or big lake, and the wind. And then depends on the conditions. You can fly right on the flat water. You can go on the waves. It's just different style. It's like
yes, I know, but I mean, you need to find the most efficient course for you.
for us. Yes.
Regarding the wind, in order to finish in front of your competitors.
Yes, we need our official requirement is to have the wind above 6 knots, and then we usually stop racing when it's about more than 35 knots average, because just at that winds it's not sustainable. But if I go kiting on my own, I can even race on I can train 3-4 knots. Which is the problem is like if on a sailboat, if you go on 3 knots and then there's a big hole with no wind, you just stop and then you wait for the gust. But on the kite, because it flies in the air, it falls down, and if it falls down, it's such a light wind.
If I'm not mistaken, in the offshore sailing, under 3 knots, you don't sail. Basically, it's a non-starter.
You crack a beer, you open, you wait for the wind, and then yes.
So, but the thing is, okay, if there is no, ideally, what is the wind speed that you for you?
To be honest, like I would definitely prefer a stronger wind, but now I was really bad at light wind because my main team is in Spain, Trifa, and I've been training there. The super strong winds, so I was really good to strong wind, but very bad in light wind. And then the last 2 years, I really focused on light wind. So for me, it doesn't really matter. Like
in Spain, you train in the ocean side of Spain.
Yes, ocean side, Trifa. It's
not in the Mediterranean Sea.
Usually no.
More winds.
Yeah, just because Trifa it's the mecca of kite surfing in the whole Europe, and my coach is from there, and we had the team there, so we training all together there. But the last 2 years, I'm confident in all the conditions. So it's just about, I think. Doesn't matter, strong wind, light wind, I can go and do it.
On a personal level, I guess the physique, you look like a really strong person.
Very big.
You need to be big in order to guide through the board.
It's the sport is new, so the evolution of the equipment of the technique changes rapidly. 2 years ago, the young guy from Singapore, 15, he came. I think he went through the puberty. He came, he was 15, 96 kilos with the legs like this, huge
15
legs.
15 years old, 96 kilos.
Yes, huge legs. And he just started winning one after another competition. He's still the best one. He won the last year World Championship. He's now 17, but if you see his pictures, he got lucky with genetics. So his legs is unbelievable. And before that, everyone was skinny. I was 78, 80 kilos, and then, we need weight to compete with him. And then the last 2 years, almost all of the top 15 guys gained about 20 kilos. So I was 80, now I'm 107. And what it gives, because you have more weight, the tension between the kite and you on the lines is stronger. And because it's stronger, the kite is more stiff. And then if it's more stiff, it's like more like it works like a wing. So it goes 1 or 2 knots faster, and then you gain that advantage.
Okay. Well, all these details, they do make a difference, because I remember a few years back when I was talking to Pavlos when they changed the mast in the laser boat to a carbon one. So he needed to readjust his body basically.
Yes.
Because he needed to put weight in order for him to be able to have the same performance under the new conditions of the boat.
Yeah, and it's like I think it's like, especially in sailing, like you cannot fight with the equipment. There is no way you can, with your muscles, be stronger than the power of wind and the sail and the physics of the world. So you just adjust. You find the best person. And you just try to steer the boat or the kite to most optimal position and sail. It
is the same with our 2 surfers. Now that they were trying to qualify, unfortunately they didn't because the boat changed from RSX to IQ foil. And it's a completely different skill from what I understand. I'm not an expert.
They had less year to adaptation than us, because we were on the foil since 2015. And what they found out is the same. They needed to gain weight. They need to gain 10, 15, 20 kilos. And I can tell from my personal experience, like gaining weight is way harder than losing weight, because you gain weight fast. To gain weight fast, you need to gain both muscles and fat. but just with extra weight, everything is harder. Like it's not just going up the stairs. The
and
heart rate,
and the added difficulty for them, Denis, was that it's a shorter period between the Tokyo and the Paris Olympics.
Yeah, and because of the COVID, the Tokyo was moved out a year, so definitely.
And from what I understand, in other countries, they started using IQ foil in conjunction with RSX, the athletes.
Yes.
And something that was not done in the case of Natasha and Kariolu. So for them, it was a disadvantage, let's put it this way.
Yes, because during the COVID I was in Trifa, the Spanish team, the German team, since 2020 they already were training on the IQ foil, and the French probably even earlier, definitely.
Okay, I have one. Somebody who's ignorant regarding the sport. I know the basics of sailing.
Yes.
Okay. We start the course. We go downwind. All right.
Yes.
And then
we start upwind usually.
You start upwind.
Yeah, we start
okay.
upwind.
Start upwind.
Yes.
Right. So, and then you go downwind. Okay. We have 20 competitors.
Yes.
And you have it's a sport that combines basically a lot of it's like a combination of different sports, from what I understand. You know, windsurfing, paragliding,
sailing as well. The tactics is so important.
So the ropes of the parachute. Okay. 20 boats.
Yes.
Do they have any clashes between you?
Yes. Yeah, it happens all the time. It's one of the things, important things, is the start, and it doesn't matter which sailing class. If you take a good start, it's almost 80% of the work done, because you have a clear wind. It doesn't matter if it's Nakra, if it's Ilka, or if it's Kite. Clear wind is king, and obviously you don't want to get tangled, because if other guy tangles you misses the race. And it's a donut in your score, so it's really bad. And then
both boats are disqualified.
You're not disqualified. You just cannot finish the race.
You're not disqualified.
Yeah, you just cannot finish the race. Obviously, after the race, if it was your fault, they can disqualify you. And we have, out of 20 races, we have 3 discards at 3 worst scores.
Anyway,
thrown out.
As you said, you're losing time.
Yeah, but if you want to win, it doesn't matter. If you tangle, it's bad. Like you, instead of finishing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you finishing. You don't finish, so you get 21 points, and it's very unprofessional. And then one of the keys, just stay out of trouble, especially because we have usually 4 or 5 days of racing where it's an opening series where we do 20 fleet racing, and it's just important to stay out of trouble, because on the last day of the medal race we have a very different format compared to other sailing classes. We introduced a new one called the semifinals and finals. So in short.
All right, it's not like the gold fleet and the silver fleet.
We had it before, and we even have it now. Silver fleet, when we have a lot of people, but then compared to the gold fleet, for example, the first 10 people from the gold fleet or from Olympic Games going to be just 10 people, go to the semi-final and final. The first 2 person on the opening series, the first and second number, they go directly to the final. The one who goes in the first place has already 2 wins, and the one who goes in the second place has 1 win. And then the rest 8 guys, they split in 2 semifinals. So the guys who were 3rd and 4th, they go to different semifinals, and they have 3. They both have 2 wins. The guy who goes on 5th and 6th place, they have 1 win, and the rest from 6 to 10, they have 0 wins. The first round of semifinals until one boat has 3 wins. So if you enter the semifinal in 3rd place, you need to win only 1 time, and you go to the final. Or if you enter in the 10th place, you need to win 3 times to go to the semifinal in a row. So whoever wins 3 times goes to the final, and then the final goes that the first guy has 2 wins, second one 1 win, and then 3, 4, 0 wins. And then they run until someone has 3 wins and 3 wins.
Okay.
So, and that's why in the opening series, the most important part is to get to the top 10, because there you can go from 10 to 1st. And that's what happened to Max Meider in 2021, when he won the first time European Championship. He was 8th 0 points in semifinal. He won semifinal 3 times. He went to the final and he won the final 3 times, and he became the European champion. So if you have a tangle, it's bad because you just need to be consistent, top 10, stay out of trouble.
Right. Okay. Let me just add something more.
Yes.
Okay. We are going upwind.
Yes.
We turn the buoy.
Yes.
Okay. And you're going downwind, and some other boats are coming upwind. And you need to be efficient. So you need to be very close to the course in order to turn the next buoy on an efficient course. Okay?
Yes.
So do you have any entanglements there?
Usually upwind, downwind, no. Because first of all, like, because everyone's so close, so fast we stay close together.
Okay.
It's very rare with some kite goes upwind. And usually if you already go downwind, you can easily find a way to avoid
it. Okay.
And almost all the time the guys going up.
So the most important is get really quick from the starting block.
Yes. First, to get first, because first, if you first clear wind, you have 2-3 knots advantage of other guys, and then the first upwind you.
All right. And another technical question. I'm not sure you people will follow all this, but it's very interesting.
Yeah.
The starting block. Okay. Yes. How is it decided where you will be in the starting block? Based on what? Is it by a lottery or?
No. It's an open line. You can choose.
So you can choose.
So it's a line, and you choose. You can start at
like
boat,
the other disciplines.
Yeah, the other disciplines.
All right. So you see the wind and you choose. Yeah. Right now I'm going. It will be a close course, or I will be.
Yeah. You see, you want to start maybe on port, or you want to start close to the pin boat or to the community boat, and you're trying to find. Okay, I want to be in the first line here. So you try to find the best position for yourself.
Right. Okay. And I guess like in other disciplines and other boats, you need to be really up to speed with the change of the winds. So you need to. The meteorology is very important for you and your team, and it is usually close to the shore, the course, or.
So for the kite surfing, usually we're the closest to the shore, to the beach.
Close to shore.
Just because if the wind drops, we cannot swim with the kite, so they need to be rescued.
Okay, right.
But it's a bit less important for us than for other classes because we're so fast, and it's very, very like sometimes we have the condition with super shifty, and then the guys who came from sailing, they can really go up the ranking. But mostly it's how strong is the wind, and obviously if where the wind is general direction you're coming. But you learn it usually, like we go to Marseille at the end of May, and we stay there 2 months before the Olympic Games just to train in the venue to learn, how the wind, if it blows from the right, how it affects the course.
If it's coming from the shore or if it's coming...
because it's like if the wind is coming from one direction, something always happens. Like if it comes from this direction, maybe the right side is better. And by training 2 months in the venue, you learn, if this is direction, I go right, I should go right.
Right. 2016 in November, we had World Youth Windsurfing RSX Championship here in Limassol, and I remember the Israeli athletes with their coaches and their support.
Yes,
they came here for 1 week's training before the main event. Usually in Limassol is mostly westerly winds.
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So during the event, we had exactly from the easterly winds the whole week.
Yes.
The Israeli guys said, "What is this?"
Yes.
It was really unusual, and it was very difficult for the committee boats. It was chaos.
Yes.
So it's becoming so much important to have all the statistics for so many years, but sometimes the weather.
It's totally unpredictable, and that's where the professionalism comes, because this is what I like about sailing and kite surfing in general. It's like you do running, okay, you know, this is a track, this is my best time, I cannot do better than 20 seconds, that's my best lap time on running. But here, it's the conditions unpredictable, the waves unpredictable, the wind direction, if it shifts a couple degrees left and right, it's completely new conditions. And that's where the professional athletes who can analyze it, understand it, feel it on the water, they really bring in their own expertise in there. And that's and you can see it, like I came back from France where I have the last chance regatta, but one day with the crazy wind. And I was never into sailing before kite surfing, I was pentathlon. And one day I had a good start. I would round the mark third or fourth. I would finish the race 8 to 10, just because on the second lap, the guys who were doing sailing, and they were not as good as fast as me, but they just know the shifts and everything. They would boom, they tuck, and I took the top mark. They 20 meters around me. I'm like, how? But you can see, like if you know it, it's very good.
I've heard about this regarding windsurfing.
Yeah.
If the athletes, when they were young, they were started from the dinghies.
Yes,
and
yes.
They start, from a young age, they knew how the weather behaves and the changes of the winds and stuff like that. That afterwards, when they switched to windsurfing, they found it easier than the ones that they went straight into windsurfing.
Yes, exactly.
So, where do you train in Cyprus?
So in Cyprus, I usually either train right here in Limassol,
in the Kurium area,
next to the park lane, beach,
lane,
or I go to the Turtle Beach up there. But I mostly don't train here because I have about 10 to 15 regattas a year. And I'm going to make an example of this year. I had January off after finishing the last competition 7th December. I just did gym, but no kiting, just for the mental recovery. February, I went for 3 weeks to Fuerteventura in Spain because the whole kite fleet was there. We had the practice regatta there. Then I went to Spain for the European Championship directly. I trained 1 week before the championship, then championship. Then I flew to Palma de Mallorca in Spain 1 week before the championship, then championship. Then I had some rest in Cyprus. Then I flew to France, again, 1 week before the championship, then championship. Now I came back again here. Next week I'm flying again to France for the World Championship. We're going to have 1 week training there and then championship. Then I'm going to have a break for 1 week. And then we're going to Marseille for the whole 2 months, staying there and training. And for us, it's mostly, kitesurfing is a very friendly fleet. And we all train together. So we always try to find, okay, where everyone's going to go, and we go there. And usually it happens that we go to the place we're going to have competition, 2-3 weeks in advance, train there, and then fly to another one.
Which is very important because a lot of top Cypriot athletes, one of the disadvantages is maybe you have the weather conditions, but they don't, at this level, you don't have the competition. So you need to train with the competitors.
I think that's the most important part, and that's why in 2013 I moved out from Russia, and I was like, I took a gamble. I was like, okay, there's a coach in Spain, and I was like alone, 16. I was like, okay, I'm flying to Spain because you need to surround yourself with the top athletes to grow. And obviously at the beginning they would not let me to join them, but like at least I was kiting every day and I was seeing them. Okay, they fast, they do like this, and you adjust, and then when your level get higher, they okay, you can train with us, and you train together. And it's very important, I think, the most. And that's why like the French are so strong in sailing, or the Netherlands, they have, like in France, they have 30 people, 40 people every day racing together.
Denis, okay, the board, from what I understand, and the equipment is not that expensive.
No.
But just hearing you, I got tired just hearing your program the last few months. Yes. Who's supporting you? You're supporting yourself, I mean, financially.
So financially, mostly it's Cyprus Sailing Federation or Olympic Committee. They cover some expenses for competition and for travel. We also work with the Cyprus Ministry of Tourism with their program for the Love Cyprus. It's the last 2 years they're supporting all the sailing athletes, and myself as well, my family.
Okay.
And obviously we have like a small sponsors for some equipment, for some clothes, for some boards, but they give like equipment, but mostly financially it's those three entities.
But you have your support team. Apart from your coach, who else is in your team?
That's it. Mostly it's just me and my coach. It's we've been like this since the beginning. Like
you don't have a nutritionist, you don't have a sports psychologist, you don't have
I have
physical trainer.
So yeah, we do have, but it's mostly remotely.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a physical coach who gives me the program to do everything. We have a nutritionist. I was working with nutritionists before, but now I learn how to do it, so I do it myself. I would say that the three most important person is first of all my coach, and I think he's the best coach in the kite surfing. We started together in 2013 and going together. Then the second is my physiotherapist, or not physio, psychological therapist.
Okay.
We meet every week because like it's stressful. Like you travel
Here in Cyprus?
No, she's from Russia.
All right. Okay.
And I've been working for her maybe now for 4 or 5 years. She really helps me.
Right.
And
face to face or remotely?
Online, remotely. Yeah,
okay.
we do like a Skype video call every week for a couple
okay.
hours, and during the competition I can call her. Okay, this was the day today. Like let's refocus and try to do better tomorrow. And the physical coach as well. But the most important part is obviously, I would say, the main kite coach.
Okay. And I guess there's support from the wife.
Yes. Yes.
Be careful what you're saying because she's here.
No. Yeah, but it's.
No, it's very important. Joking aside, it's very important to have somebody close to you, especially when you're feeling lonely. You need somebody to speak to. Maybe your psychologist will not be
and
they're not there 24 hours on call.
Exactly. And it's actually, I think it changed my life a lot, because before like 2 years ago, until I met her, I would be on the water about 320 days a year. So like no breaks, nothing, just boom, training. And I was getting really close to the mental burnout, because you just work all the time. And now like after every competition, I make sure I come to 1 week or 2 weeks in Cyprus just to recuperate, to make sure, because I have a technique, I have the skill, I have everything. But like the mental part is so important. So you come to the competition fresh with a good mood, and you're like, hey, doesn't matter what happened today, but I'm ready to give my all and best, but not like, again, one more day of racing. So yeah, I think it's coming back to Cyprus every time. It's just being with the family, with the kid is like
just to switch off.
Yeah, to switch off exactly from kite surfing, because it's when you do it for more than 10 years, the routine of every day, it can get to you.
And from what I've read, you are number 5 in the ranking. You're still number 5 after last week?
I think I'm number 3.
Number 3, okay.
I think I'm number 3 in the ranking. This was the last result.
Okay.
World Sailing ranking.
From last regattas.
It was before the last chance regatta.
Okay.
I was number 3. After last chance, I finished 7. I'm not sure which probably 3 to 5.
Okay. So you are one of the hopes of Cyprus to bring a medal back from Paris.
Yes, that's the goal, and it's like.
And I will be there at the airport welcoming you with open arms.
Yes, and it's been a goal for me as well. Like because I had a choice either to go full study in university or try to achieve this goal. And it's like it happens so rare in time. Like I just had an opportunity financially and time wise, and my age was good. Okay, I can try to jump on this train and get it, and then obviously get it for Cyprus as well. It's like the ultimate goal would be the first gold medal. It's not only for you but also for the country, and it just like it seems unachievable, but like if it happens, I think it will make everyone happy. Everyone.
Well, definitely. So, by the way, how old are you?
I'm 27.
You're 27.
Yes.
And in the States, you went to the university.
Yes. I went.
And you finished what?
I finished Pepperdine University. It's in Malibu in Los Angeles.
Which subject?
Economics.
Okay, nothing to do with sports.
No. I was first doing business, but
it's like a plan B.
Yeah, but it's like I like the sport, but I don't see myself as a coach or working with people. It just I don't know. I don't enjoy this work.
No, but you're still young, so you never know.
Yeah, but it's not that young, because. For kite surfing now,
that was my next question actually. Yeah. Until when can you be? Until what age can you be at the top of the sport?
So I think from physical perspective, long, maybe until 40. But the problem with maybe 35. But the problem is with the kite surfing is that it's very dynamic sport, and the technique, it changes so fast, so you need to adjust yourself. So the young guys, they come, their brain is fresh, they have no ideas how they're supposed to, like, okay, I was doing like this for 10 years and I need to continue. They have like, okay, I tried this technique, and the level goes up. And the older you get, the harder it is to get to.
Yeah, but it's a consistency. It's not.
No, but the technique is changes, so you need to adjust and adapt.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to be consistent.
Yeah,
like the 15-year-old kid you were mentioning before.
Yeah.
So if you just usually what you find is you have these athletes.
Yeah.
They just make one really push.
Yeah.
And they are on top of the sport, but the consistency, they are not consistent enough to. Like, it's not like Pavlos Kondidis.
Yeah.
He's been on top of the sailing class for so many years.
Yeah.
This is the mark of a top athlete for me.
Yes. Well, I think I just see so many young guys coming to kite surfing. The fleet is getting younger and younger. So I'm not the oldest one, but I'm really close. I'm probably top 5 of the oldest one in the fleet.
Right. Okay.
But the thing is also, the guys who racing us, we started together. Like the guy from Singapore, he was racing since 8. So when I joined the sport, he was racing there. And it's like, okay. But then, I think the prime age is obviously 20. And also because, I found this thing is...
The prime age is 20.
Yeah. The other thing is, it's so fast. You go downwind about 36, 38 knots, upwind 25 knots. I think in kilometers it's about 70 kilometers. We can go 70 kilometers downwind. And when you go so fast, within the age, I start to understand, okay,
right,
fuck, it's a bit, if I crash, I can really danger myself. When before, I was just like, dude, just send it. Full speed as fast as I can go. And I was laughing with my friend. He's from Turkey. He's been racing also a long time, and he's way older than me. And he was like, before, when we were racing, he was like screaming at us, hey guys, slow down, no need to fight at the top mark, it's too dangerous. I was like, hey, what are you talking about? We're racing, we have to push all the way. And now I'm running the top mark, and I was like, wow, maybe he's right, because like these young guys, they just don't feel the fear, and they just go full speed. And I think that's also the big part why the young generation is just able to push the rope, because no fear.
Yeah, but on the other hand, when you're 27, you're more experienced.
Yes.
So you take what we call calculated risks.
100%. I think where I excel is that I understand that, okay, I don't need to fight for the first place in every race. I need to be consistent, because it's better to finish second, 3-5 than finish 1-1, did not finish 1.
When Pavlos was here, if I remember right, he said that until a few years ago, I was, each race in the zone. Now they see the whole picture.
Yes.
And the strategy is regarding, the series of races, not just...
Exactly. And that's like, I think it's one of my strong parts. For example, a lot of guys in our fleets, the level of their right now is very high compared, for example, to me, because I feel like they might be at their peak level, because in every sport, like you need to pick your peak at specific date and time. For example, they've been training all November, December, January, and February, already 4 months, non-stop. And for the beginning of the season, the level is high. But the question is, can they keep this peak 2 more months until the Olympic Games? Probably not, because some of them already started losing the level. And what I'm trying to do, and I was focusing on this for the last 2 years, is to pick up the peak, because Olympic Games happens once 4 years. It's obviously only one regatta, and I do 15 a year. And you need to be sure that your peak comes to these days.
Exactly.
And that's important.
And going back to Pavlos, if you see when he's taking part in the Olympics, in the last few Olympics, it looks like the races before the Olympics, from an outsider, it looks like he's inconsistent. But knowing him and the way he works is like he wants to peak at the right time in the Olympics.
Exactly.
So 1 year before the Olympics is very important to win the gold medal in the World Championship, the Europeans. But the preparation for the Olympics is to peak at the Olympics.
Exactly. It's like at the end of the day, no one cares if you won a world championship but you didn't win the Olympic medal. Because if you win the Olympic medal this year, all the other competitions just dwelling compared to that one.
And anyway, your name would be in the history of the sport and of the country forever.
Yes. So yeah, it's just choosing the right moments. Yeah, definitely. This only comes with the experience, and I would say maybe not only experience but like maturity. The guy from Singapore, for example, he's an exception. He's very mature. Like the way he thinks, it's not he's now 17. It's not of a 17-year-old. Like I was at the 17, I was like I had like girls in my head just running around, fooling out. But he's like very serious, and he thinks like I don't talk to him a lot, but like I'm always looking at him. What he's doing, how he's doing, because like you can always learn from him. And it's the same. Like but he does the same. I think that comes from the age. Like you're not just look at yourself, but you analyze other people. See, maybe what's that guy's doing is good. Let me try this thing and see if it works out for me or not.
Okay. Personally, I'm really happy because it's a new sport, and you managed to qualify.
Yes.
And also have another athlete who qualified in fencing, first time for Cyprus.
I saw the news just.
So it's not
today.
Just track and field, sailing, and of course on the sailing part, 3 athletes qualified.
Yes.
I wish 5 of them qualified, but this is sports, which is really good. And now. Up to now, only 6 qualified, so I'm expecting the next few weeks.
We still have the shooting guys who has a good chance.
Shooting guys who have in other sports as well, judo, from what I see, and some other sports. Judo, we haven't qualified for quite some time, so it would be good if he's, one of the young athletes qualify as well. And we have from different sports, not just for 2-3 sports in the Olympics.
Yes.
So that would be nice. Denis, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Nikos.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And as I said, I will be waiting for you at the Larnaca airport.
Yeah, hopefully we come back
with the medal.
I'm hoping we come back with 2 medals. I think if like me and Pavlos would take 2 first places, it's gonna be like it's the biggest.
It would be huge.
I think that this is the best course of action we can take. It's just gonna be like never happened, first time, boom. So I'm hoping this is gonna happen.
Okay, I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Nikos.